Welcome to the San Francisco Foundation's Donor Center. Introduction. When you first log on to Donor Center, you will see this homepage. It's a dashboard providing an overview of your fund. If you are connected to more than one fund at the foundation, you'll see a drop-down list at the top that allows you to toggle between funds. This list will show you the fund name as well as your role with that fund. On the homepage, in this section, beginning with featured organizations, you will find helpful links for recommended organizations based on timely and relevant topics. Under donor tips are how-to guides for using Donor Center, gift instructions, and a glossary for reading your fund statement. Update My Fund is where primary fund advisors can make updates to the fund for advisors, the investment allocation, and the disposition of assets. The News and Donor Stories tabs will link you to SFF's latest newsletter, blog stories, and donor stories written by fellow donors. If you would like to be featured here, please let us know. The other tabs contain details on SFF's investment performance and upcoming events. If you have an event coming up, you can RSVP on this page. Top bar navigation. Across the top are navigation tabs: Home, My Gifts, My Documents, Grants, My Profile, and the Grant Card. The My Gifts tab show a record of gifts into the fund, including donor name, amount, gift date, and gift type. The blue hyperlink to the left opens more details. You can click on the link to specific gift details. If you want a copy of the gift receipt, click on the Related tab, then click on the red attachment. A PDF will open up. You can save this to your computer file or print directly from the file. Under My Documents tab, you'll find another way to access your grant award letters and gift receipts. You'll also have access to your fund statements and fund agreements, including documents showing any fund changes. To download any of these documents, select by clicking on the box to the left and clicking on Downloaded Selected Files to Zip. You can also click on the red icon under the View Statement column. The Grants tab shows you a view of your grant history and any outstanding draft grants. You can widen each of the columns on the screen, change sort of order by the column by clicking on the column name, and slide the vertical and horizontal bars. You can search for specific grants by grantee, by year, by fund advisor, and by the status of a grant to learn more. When you have found the grant you're looking for, you can click on the grant record number for more details. Additional grant details you can find include confirming if the grant was made anonymously or not. From this page, if you want to duplicate this grant again, you can click on Give Again. You can also find a copy of the grant award letter that was sent to the grantee. With the Give Again feature, you can easily clone an existing record to quickly create a repeat grant. From this new pop-up box, you can update the grant dollar amount, short purpose, and other details around anonymity or public recognition. There is another easy way you can give again or re-grant numerous grants at once. On the Grants History homepage, you can check the box next to the one or more grants you want to clone and make again. After you select grants you want to clone, click the red Re-Grant button. Once cloned, they will appear in your draft grants. In this draft grants area, you can make edits to each grant. You can then save or submit now or delete. When you save, this grant will stay in your grant cart. When you submit now, the grant will be submitted to SFF for processing. And when you delete, the draft grant will be deleted from the grant cart. You can always return to this screen by clicking on Grant Cart or the shopping cart icon. The My Profile tab allows you to update your preferences, like around anonymity or opting in or out of a grantee's mailing list. Changes you make here apply to all grants when you recommend a grant. On a grant-by-grant basis, you can update the default settings by editing each grant individually. On this page, you'll see the address and contact information that the foundation has for you on file. If you need to make any changes to this information, please contact the foundation to do so. The next tab, as we covered in grant section, will show you pending items in your grant cart. Recommend a grant. Back on the home page, the white and red Recommend a Grant button is a quick link to make a grant recommendation. To recommend a grant, click on the button. A new screen will appear with your fund name and advisor name pre-populated. If there is more than one advisor on your fund, you can change the names by clicking on the drop-down menu. For the grantee name, click on Search for Grantee and enter the name or tax ID in the search box. Our database will begin to suggest names based on your search. When you find your grantee, click the Select button. If you do not see your grantee listed, click on Create New Org and enter the name of the organization. Identifying details such as the city and state they are located in and their tax ID number will help SFF confirm the correct organization in our due diligence process. When you are finished, click the Create button. If you know the grantee contact, add the name to that field. If you type anything into this field, it will be added to the grant award letter. If the organization you want to support is under the umbrella of a fiscal sponsor, you can search for the sponsor in the Search for Fiscal Sponsor field. The eye icon indicates that there is a helpful tip for you if you have questions. Enter the grant amount in Amount Recommended. There are two things to note. Our minimum grant and minimum payment amount is $250. If you intend to make a multi-year grant, for example, $250 a month for 1 year, totaling a $3,000 grant, or $10,000 per year for the next 3 years, or $30,000, you must enter the full amount in this field. This means that your fund will need to have the full total amount available the day that you submit the grant. The short purpose field lets the grantee know what your gift should be used for and is added exactly as you enter it into the grant award letter. Examples include general operating support, a specific campaign or program. We strongly advocate for general support so nonprofits can use these funds where it's most needed. You'll see that in the default settings. As a reminder, donor-advised funds cannot be used for goods or services, and potential benefits from an event must be waived. Donor-advised funds cannot be used towards pledge payments or for an individual. If this is a reoccurring or multi-year grant, select Yes in the multi-payments field. Then indicate the number of payments, start date, and frequency. Donor and fund anonymity and address name apply to whether the grantee organization should receive these details from you. The addressable name refers to how grantees should address you in an acknowledgement letter. If you would like the grantee to have this information, but prefer your public recognition to be anonymous, select No for Donor Anonymous and No for Fund Anonymous. Select Other for Public Recognition Name and type in Anonymous under the Other Recognition Name. Indicate your preferences for being contacted under Opt Out of Grantee Mailing List and Opt Out of Grantee Thank You Letter. If your gift is an honor or memoriam, you may list those details in the special dedication field. For example, this grant is made in honor of Joy Smith. And if you have any instructions to the grantee add them in this field. For example, this could be send a thank you letter to the person I am honoring with the dollar amount omitted. Their email and mailing addresses is ... Under send additional award letter, name, address, list the name and address of those who should receive a copy of the grant award letter. This might include an attorney, accountant, or fiscal advisor. An example for instructions to the foundation could be, this grantee address has changed. Please update to 101 California Street, San Francisco, California, 94111. Finally, please be sure to read the grant certification language and check the box to confirm that you accept the terms. When you're ready to submit, click on Submit Now. Alternatively, click on Add to Cart to add this draft grant to your draft grant cart. You can submit it later. You can also select Cancel to clear this page. You'll be taken back to the grants page. Once a grant has been submitted, our grants team reviews each grant to meet IRS compliance regulations and ensures the payment is received by the grantee. Grant payments are made on Friday, and recommendations must be submitted by noon on Wednesday to be included in the weekly run. Sometimes this process may take longer for the following reasons: a grantee organization that requires follow-up during the due diligence process, or a grant recommendation that needs more information or clarification from the donor, or grants over $250,000 which require review and approval from a board of trustees. Balance sheet and reports. Towards the bottom of the home page screen, you'll see a snapshot of your balance sheet, the 5 most recent grants, and the 5 most recent gifts into the fund. To the right, you will have quick links to reports that show the full activity for your gift history, grant analysis, and grant making history. Each of these reports can be customized by clicking on the filter button to make adjustments. For example, if you wanted to adjust for prior calendar year, you can type in the custom dates or scroll down to the preset parameter of prior calendar year. Logout. Finally, when you have completed your tasks in Donor Center, you can log out by clicking on your name on the upper right-hand corner and selecting Logout. We hope you found this video helpful as you navigate through Donor Center. If you have any remaining questions, please email donorservices@sff.org or call our help desk at 415-733-8590. Thank you for watching.